Basically, Bendy and the Dark Revival is the follow-up to Bendy and the Ink Machine, where a woman named Audrey is dragged into a world of ink and fights against a variety of ink creatures as well as a janitor in order to make it back home. After playing through the full game, I feel the Dark Revival is a great sequel that improves upon the first game in a lot of ways. And yet, if we look at the history of this game's development, we almost didn't have a sequel to talk about. 2 years after the release of the Ink Machine's first chapter, Joey Drew Studios announced that a second Bendy game was being created. The following months saw numerous teasers released, and even a gameplay trailer, with a promise that the first chapter of the new game would release in the fall of 2019. Everyone got fired, the co-creator is a toxic asshole, and the game's development has to be restarted. Quite a major setback, and a trailer in December reveals the first chapter is pushed back to 2020. So the first chapter isn't going to come out on its own. Instead, all 5 chapters will come out at the same time. Surely this won't delay the game's release. The game has been delayed until 2021 so the team doesn't rush out an unfinished product. That's 2 delays now. This is starting to look a bit rough. So the game didn't get released, the Melee decided to stop posting its constant updates to focus on development, and the rest of the team follows suit. Fans are left in the dark about whether the game is ever actually going to come out. To many people, this game is stuck in developer hell, and some wonder if they will ever get the game at all. And even if it does come out, will it have been worth the wait? There's an announcement trailer coming out tomorrow. There's a release date confirmed. The game is coming out. After nearly 4 years of development, Bendy and the Dark Revival is released. And yet, the hype of the franchise has died down. Even worse, the reputation of the company was severely damaged due to multiple scandals, and some YouTubers who played the original aren't interested in trying out the sequel. With everything that happened to get to this point, Bendy has a new game, but is there enough people around who will care? I decided to try out Bendy and the Ink Machine on stream, as it was a game I had heard about as a FNAF fan. While I had avoided it during its release due to being burnt out by the indie horror theory crowd, I felt now was a good time to give it a proper shot. I enjoyed my experience and knew there was a sequel, but I had no interest in trying it out. From what I had seen, no one really cared much for this game as they had for the Ink Machine, so I might as well move on to other things. Well, I guess people really did care about the game. And now, it's time to find out why. The game is set in 1973, where we meet Audrey, a woman who works for Archgate Pictures, the current owners of the Bendy cartoon, as an animator. The dark and stormy night appeared simple. Audrey was working overtime and got up for a coffee break. But the idiots locked her in, so she needed to grab her key. Okay. Dick. We're doing this again? No. We will not be concerned by teleporting Bendy stand-ups. Audrey grabbed her key, and despite the unnerving areas I walked through, I made it to the elevator safe and sound. Ah! Creepy old man! That was Wilson, the office's janitor. Right from the get-go, I was getting multiple red flags from this guy. And even when a power failure occurred, I didn't have much confidence in his help.
Come along now. Old Wilson will protect you.
That is like every single red flag of creepy old man you don't want to be alone with when you're a young lady. He's gotta be self-aware that he sounds like a creep, right? The elevator has stopped on the floor with a mini-museum dedicated to Joey Drew Studios. Glad to know that his egotistical influence still shines bright, even in death. I just hoped that this display wouldn't have— Oh, piss off! Don't tell me we're gonna do this again. We're not gonna do this again, right? No. No. Look, I've already been down this path before! You're gonna make me do this again?! Oh no! Wilson said someone messed with the exhibits! Audrey, I know we had a power issue, but can you go collect all the missing items and put them back on their sacrificial pedestals? Oh, and after you've done that, can you flip the funny switch at the back? It's very important. The creepy, pervy old janitor wouldn't be fooling you, would he?
It is done.
Wilson?
Oh, Audrey. The things you've set in motion.
What's happening?
Don't fret. We're going home.
Stay back.
Listen to me, Audrey. I'll show you the truth.
This can't be real.
And now, we die.
What are you doing?
What? He was the bad guy? Whoever could have guessed? Seriously, how many red flags did Audrey need for her to realize trusting Wilson was a bad idea? Audrey woke up to find the ink had morphed with her body, and she was now in a cartoony building with a permanent sepia filter on it with a bunch of ink everywhere. Also, Wilson was quite popular here based on the dictator-esque posters on the walls. Speaking of Wilson, the creep immediately got on the speakers to provide some context. Apparently, he'd been in control of this place for 7 months and even killed the ink demon? And now he wanted Audrey brought to him as recompense for his generous aid. So is this guy just jumping in and out of ink for 7 months without anyone noticing? Man, he's gotta be one efficient janitor to be pulling that off. Moving forward revealed the entrance to the toy factory, which left me baffled since this layout was different. And that wasn't the only thing. The punching machines were out of order. The lever into the factory didn't work. It was just wrong. This left me no choice but to climb up a nearby wall and go. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? No, 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 no. Excuse you! Oh no. No, no, even worse. No, this fate is worse. No, 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 no. Actually, I'll take the Butcher Gang. No, 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 no. I'll take the Butcher Gang guy. Give me... I will take him. Don't... PTSD, PTSD, nightmare, 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 nightmare. Hey, Audrey. I know you just got jumped by an ink creature and terrorized in a locker, but if you just eat some food, everything will be all right.
I wouldn't drink too much of that if I were you.
Oh!
It helps patch you up, but the aftertaste, it's not so good. Easy now, I'm not gonna hurt you. It looked like you needed some help.
Don't touch me. What are you? Ugh, what is this horrible place?
Yeah, I remember my first day down here.
I can't think. It hurts.
You'll catch on pretty quickly, if you can stay alive. Take my advice. Head to the upper levels. It's safer there.
Can I come with you?
You can't. I'm sorry.
We're doing this again?
I have a wolf. He doesn't care for strangers.
Oh.
I hope we meet again. Oh, and one more thing. Above everything else, stay away from the ink demon.
What's an ink demon?
Oh, you'll know him when you see him.
Wait! What's your name?
They call me Alice. I'm not very fond of it.
I'm Audrey.
Well, Audrey, welcome to the studio.
The first chapter of the game served as a tutorial section, using many small events and quests to introduce different mechanics of the game. Since there isn't much plot in this chapter, I'm going to explain these mechanics to you. First are the items and upgrades. Throughout the studio, Audrey can pick up spare parts and coins, which could be used for future upgrades or vending machines found scattered around. We'll get to what you upgrade eventually. You can also find these canisters, which Audrey will shove her arm into without any issue. These provide upgrades to your health, stamina, and something special later on. Second is a familiar concept, which is avoiding enemies. At some point, ink people will start to walk around, and if Audrey is spotted, they will attack her. You can avoid their sightlines by sneaking around Metal Gear Solid style, and using hiding spots will make them leave if you are noticed. So that jump scare earlier was just a one-off thing. I mean, can you imagine if they saw you enter a hiding spot and could still kill you? Also, keep an eye out for signs of special enemies. You never know what could be hiding around you. Third is the fight mechanics. You may remember in areas in the ink machine where you had access to weapons, mainly an axe, that you could use to starve off enemies. The Dark Revival gives you a similar weapon in a pipe, which you have access to the entire time. Admittedly, it takes a lot of steps to get it, but once you do, you are no longer obligated to sneak around the ink people, and instead can fight them off. Killing an enemy also provides you some scrap or food for your valor. Always be on your guard though, as the game will occasionally send multiple enemies at once to overwhelm you. Also, the pipe doesn't just smash locks, you can bust holes in the wall and live out your dream as a rat. The final mechanic introduced in Chapter 1 comes after breaking out of the atrium. The sentient dark puddles recognized Audrey as an ink creature and decided to gift her a new ability: banishment. If you're able to sneak up behind an enemy, you can grab hold of them and banish them back to the dark puddles. This not only saves the trouble of a fight, but you gain a decent amount of health back by performing this act. Something to remember is that enemies that were killed or banished can respawn after a short bit, or if you move into another area. Well, those are all the mechanics, so let's get back to the plot. Outside the atrium, the way forward was blocked by a large hole. With no way across, I was forced to head into Animation Alley to search for something that could help me progress. What I found instead was... Bendy? What the fuck? I saw this from the trailer, but like, this early?
Bendy? You're real? Oh, this is amazing. It's okay. I won't hurt you. I promise. It's okay. See? I'm your friend. I won't hurt you.
No!
Oh, I'm sorry.
No!
I didn't know that would happen.
No!
I promise.
No!
I'm so sorry.
I quickly chased after the little guy to see a door marked "Don't Knock." Obviously, I ignored this request, and an ink man popped his head out, demanding his art be returned in exchange for door access. Honestly, that's one of the tamest requests I've gotten down here. The only other path was a maintenance area, so I begrudgingly crawled through some vents before finding another locked gate. Like any other, I smashed it open and wow, has Audrey gotten that strong? What? 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 Why the fuck can you talk now? Why is he allowed to talk now? Oh, not only can he talk now, but Ink Satan took great pleasure in whispering in my ear as I crept through dark hallways and vents, which nearly sent me spiraling. Little did I know, this was the beginning of my personal hell. All right, pull the lever, Audrey. Hello. Pull the lever, Audrey. Pull the lever, Audrey. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, this game makes me feel very validated in my usual tactic of hide and cower. Chapter 2 introduces our old pal, the Ink Demon. Whenever the screen goes black and white with a message telling you to hide, he's on his way. Your only defense is to find a hiding spot until he loses interest. And he can spawn at any moment, so if you're caught off guard and can't find a hiding spot, to put it simply, this is Ink Machine Chapter 3, but on some high-quality steroids. I nabbed all the pictures while avoiding Ink Satan's wrath, and quickly made my way back to the art boy. Returning his drawings did open the door, but he still tried to kill me after everything I did for him. Some people are so ungrateful. After working through a projector puzzle to open the next door, a couple members of my chat guided me towards a rather ominous-looking box. A nearby audio file spoke of Carly, a proposed fourth member of the Butcher Gang who would be a ghost girl. That sounded like a horrible idea. Why would I ever let something like that out? Guys, I looked away. Guys, I looked away. Guys, I looked away. I looked away. Why did we release a ghost girl? Can I leave? You can load your save if you don't want her to torment you for the rest of the game. No, no. No, no. Fuck you. Moving on from that nightmare, the next area had me walk around and even through several pipes. I soon reached a small room where an Inkman waved at me before teleporting away. That was the first interesting guy I had met since Alice who didn't immediately attack me, so I followed in hot pursuit. I soon found the poor guy stuck in a pipe and he needed my help to get out. Since it was the only way forward, because our previous path was very unstable, I didn't really have a choice. You know, I'm gonna touch you and you're gonna go... Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Geronimo!
Thank you very much for your help. The name's Porter, by the way. And who might you be?
Audrey?
Audrey? Nope. Don't like it. Doesn't suit you. I'll call you Bobby.
What?
And to say thanks for your feat of rescue, here's a little gift.
Teleport, 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 teleport.
It's passed on. Now, you can move like me. Goodbye, Bobby. Try not to die.
Oh. Even the cheerful guy knows it's bleak down here. The flow ability is probably the most useful thing you can get in this game. Not only does it allow you to cross gaps and access areas that hold secrets, but you can even use it to pull off stealth kills. It's also the final upgrade for the canisters, which will reduce its cooldown time. Now back at the entrance to Animation Alley, I crossed the gap and attempted to open the door, but learned my gent pipe needed to be upgraded. Having found no way to do so, I noticed the entrance to the guy's locker room was open. Our old buddy Wally provided the code to the back area in his locker, and once inside, I found a blueprint conveniently left in the open, and an upgrade station. Now, my pep could be powered up using a power station and open up electrically sealed doors. I then smashed my way through a horde of locker monsters and finally progressed out of Animation Alley, and was able to enter the elevators. To the elevator. Mother! Or I could take the roundabout way through Artist's Rest? Yeah, so apparently, Joey recognized that his employees were not getting much sleep due to the daily commute. But his solution? Dormitories for his employees. I don't think this is what people meant when they said they wanted to work from home. Either way, the concession stand held the area's control panel, and I just guessed anything of interest would be kept in the Lost and Found. Sure enough, I was able to teleport through an open window and procure keys to a hoist of some kind. You might have noticed by now there hasn't been much hassling from the ink demon since I left that enclosed artist area. Well, you see, I had found a strategy to keep him at bay. Earlier as I was running around, it became apparent to me that unless I started memorizing every hiding location on the map, I was going to be constantly caught off guard by this fiend. Turns out, when you reload a save, it resets whatever clock the game has that decides when the ink demon appears. So I was constantly saving and reloading to avoid having to deal with him. Sure, it caused any ink people I had defeated to respawn, but it was a small price to pay to keep Satan away from me. Oh, why am I mentioning this now? This scuffed strategy is working out for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. You son of a bitch! Uh-oh. Oh, he right there. He got mad at you for doing the strat. Listen. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do to not get jumped by an ink demon. Hey, guess what? We're gonna save after that. I did find it pretty funny that after an encounter like that, Wilson took to the speakers to assure everyone that there was absolutely no ink demons running around, and anything that suggested otherwise was just filthy rumors.
You are fake news.
The hoist key, as it turned out, allowed the maneuvering of a nearby crane holding a platform. A quick yank of the handle moved the platform to the other side of the room, right next to a balcony leading out to the elevators. A couple teleports later, and I was on my way. I had finally made it to the elevators and would soon reach the upper levels Alice said were safer. I just had to deal with the ink demon having a snack. After baiting him to leave, I walked into my escape pod. If only we're ever that easy down here. Why did it go to customer? Who are you? Manual what the, manual what the, what are you gonna do now? The manual what the? Oh. All right, who was that? Good morning. No, fuck off, absolutely not. Absolutely not, no, screw yourself. Spiders, ink spiders, ink spiders, ink spiders. That's what is going on. How the hell am I supposed to survive this? Maybe I kill you, you'll stop. Maybe I kill you, you'll stop. Maybe I kill you, you'll stop. La 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 la. Killing them does nothing. Well then, what am I supposed to do? Hit the switches. Oh. I see. Are you fucking kidding me? So, I get rid of the small ones, and there's a bigger one? Oh, motherfuckers! Okay, that kind of works. That kind of works. Strats. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just die to the babies. It's fine. Wow, okay. I somehow survived your children. That's awesome. That's awesome. Get psyched! Get psyched! Whoa! Oh, get juked! Get absolutely juked! There's really nothing clever I can say about this. Fuck spiders. With the elevators now unavailable, I took the emergency shaft down into the sewers to find another way up. However, I was confronted by a familiar face, Joey Drew. And he's looking much younger than I remember. Joey explained that the Cartoon Inc. world was a parallel world he created with the help of the Gent Corporation, and its time ran separately from the real world. The Inc. world, known as the Cycle, repeated over and over again, and due to this process, had begun to break apart. Even worse, Joey knew someone was messing with the world, and requested that Audrey head to the Gent workshop to stop them. And then he revealed himself to be some kind of Jedi Ink ghost. My dude got the Anakin treatment. Now free to explore the sewers, I noticed multiple banners around praising Lord Amok, who I guess was the self-proclaimed ruler of the sewers? I also found a platform holding a lever, but there wasn't a clear way to reach it. I checked the area to the right and found a note explaining how to drain and fill ink between the two areas. So I drained the ink, opened up the closed valve preventing flow between the two rooms, filled the ink back up, fought off some of Amok's goons, completely forgot I had teleport and just walked into the ink, remember I had teleport and reached the switch, beat up more of Amok's goons, drained the ink once more, and exited through the open tunnel. Only to run straight into the lair of Lord Amok himself.
Behold, the stranger is upon us. Kill her.
What?
Kill her now.
What the fuck? Okay, a little bit rude.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, he got up and got in on this. Oh my god, I can't... With half health, there's not really much I can do. Did I just... Oh, I just fucking... What? Wait. Wait, I'm sorry, what? Oh! Being the new Lord of the Sewers provided free access to the emergency shaft, which gave me the way up I had been seeking. The Ink Demon did some sinister whispering about Audrey accepting her fate, but I was too excited about reaching safety to care. At the shaft's top was a hallway leading out to a street exit. I don't think I really processed what that meant, as I was solely focused on the exit part, so I was not prepared for what was waiting for me.
What in the world? How big is this place?
Hey, Bendy!
Oh, it's you.
Hey, buddy!
Where did you come from? Look, I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't mean to hurt you. And I really don't think you want to hurt me either, right? Good. Let's be friends then, okay? What do you say? You and me? Awesome. Maybe you can help me.
I don't know about that.
The old Gent building.
Okay, it's Gent.
What's
okay,
wrong?
I got the confirmation
Is
of that.
it a bad place? It's okay. I won't let anything happen to you. Just you and me. Let's see what we can find.
Hit him. No! I didn't realize going to the surface meant we're going straight to the city.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Jokes aside, I was blown away by what I was seeing. I mean, in the previous game, there was a mine, a village, and a giant version of the ink machine, but that all felt like it was in the bounds of the studio with some strange ink magic. But this was so much more than all of that. Conveniently, the Gent building was just down the street from the studio, but required an ID card to get in. With the enthusiastic guidance of our new pal Bendy, we searched multiple spots before finding a note indicating an ID card could be found at the nearby hotel. Using a shortcut through a butcher shop, Bendy and I snuck through an alleyway and... Okay, that's fucking adorable. And we made our way into the hotel lobby. While Bendy waited in the lobby, I teleported through holes in the ceiling to the top room and found the ID card by the bed. Now to just grab it and— oh shit! Hi, Joey! Jedi Memory Joey had come for a status update and commented that Audrey was like her dad, causing Audrey to angrily explain she never knew her family. Joey, however, countered that Audrey had actually chosen to forget her past, and decided to drag her into some kind of mind palace to show her something.
All right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Over here. Come have a seat. This won't take long.
Yeah, right! I wanted to have a look around to see if I could find anything interesting. On the sad side, the ink machine room had become a void, and all the doors were still locked. On the fun side, Henry's desk was in the same spot, and I also found Wally's first tape in the ceiling. Memories. Speaking of memories, it was time for Audrey to remember herself.
Once upon a time, Audrey, there was a bitter old man who had lost just about everything.
Joey.
Right. The real Joey Drew. He blamed everyone but himself for his mistakes, but mostly he blamed his old business partner for abandoning their work years and years ago. A man by the name of Henry Stein, great artist and a good friend. In his anger, Joey used an evil machine to create another world.
Okay.
A world made of paper and ink, where he'd torment his own version of Henry forevermore. But one day, a miracle happened. An angel came into Joe's life, a young woman by the name of Allison Pendle. She didn't visit often, but when she did, she saw something good in Joey no one else could, including himself. Through their friendship, he began to see the world with better eyes. So one day, in Joey's cartoon cycle of hatred, he gave Henry an angel of his own to guide him when things were most dark.
Alice.
To always provide hope. It was then Joey decided to make something new. Something he had always wanted, but he could never have. A family. But not a cartoon one. Something real. And after many, many tries, he created something that made him happier than he ever could have imagined. A wonderful, loving daughter. Bright and kind, almost human. He created you, Audrey.
What?
Audrey's reaction was pretty reasonable, as she angrily called Joey a liar. Joey tried to calm her by giving some wisdom about how she didn't belong to the darkness, and she could choose what she wanted to believe. Well, she believed he was full of crap, and asked to leave the Mind Palace. I grabbed the ID card and swiftly dropped back to the lobby to find Bendy missing, which caused my heart to sink. Worried that Wilson's minions had captured him, I snuck back to the Gent building and swiped my way in. I didn't have much time to ponder the horrifying front door decorations, because Ink Satan dropped from the sky to attack. What the, whoa. I want to say I was shocked, but I really wasn't. I saw this from the trailer, but like, this early? I'm not about to let the ink demon out, am I? And yet, it was still heartbreaking all the same. Can we keep him friend-sized always? Chapter 4 really doesn't give you a moment to breathe between these insane reveals. First, you learn the studio is now a city. Then, Audrey came from the ink machine. Then, Bendy and the ink demon are the same person. And even after all of that, we still had another reveal shortly into the Gent building. Because it was time to meet the Keepers.
Anomaly detected. New subject. Designation required. What is your purpose?
Personally, to fuck you up.
I'm cause you any trouble.
No, I want to cause a lot of trouble.
I just want to go home.
No, I want to kill these guys.
Please. Can you help me?
They're not going to help you. Let's kill them now. Yep, we're going to kill them now.
I'm sure we can reach an agreement.
Yeah, the agreement is you die.
Let's just talk.
With my fists.
Who are you?
Guys, I'm going to kill. Bullshit. Yeah, that seems about right. Not for long. There it is.
Who made you?
Oh, fucking bitch. Nope. Nope. We are going in the vent that I saw. We're going in here. Audrey, I need you and I to be on the same... I'm not even joking, they're kind of like Hitler. They gas and torture anyone who's ink or worships the ink demon. I'm dealing with ink Nazis? The Keepers are Wilson's most trusted followers, and probably the scariest thing in the Bendy series. They're basically if you took the projectionist, let them talk like a film projector, and made them a snake person. They are also the only enemy you can't kill, forcing you to sneak around them to avoid their eyelight. I'm already a pretty jumpy person, and yet these things froze me. Through scattered audio logs, I learned that the Keepers were responsible for capturing the ink demon when Wilson took control. They were supposed to find a way to kill him, but apparently that was impossible, despite them torturing him in an attempt to weaken him. Eventually, they found a way to force Ink Satan into the harmless Bendy child I was familiar with, and they took great pleasure in seeing him cry and hearing him scream in pain. Very great pleasure. You know, I never thought I would ever want to protect the ink demon, but these things? They're a special case. While sneaking around the ink Nazis, I also made 2 new ink friends. The first appeared when I tried to get into a room marked Cycle Breakers. The switch malfunctioned and a woman named Heidi appeared behind me, explaining that she could open the door if I played a game of hide and seek with her. Strange, but down here, it was a nice change of pace to play a friendly game. After a short search of nearby areas, I found her tucked between 2 crates, and she was a good sport about it. She agreed to open the door for me, and even better, provided me a new power: fast travel. The other was a big ink man dubbed Big Steve. Apparently, you can make friends with him if you got his favorite food from the Little Devil Lounge, which was a kitchen all the way back at the beginning. Lovely. Having a pal like Big Steve, especially against the Keepers, was tempting though. So with the help of my new power, I took the long road back to the lounge, grabbed a snack from the kitchen, that's an ink heart, okay, and ran all the way back to feed the big guy. With all of that out of the way, I entered the Cycle Breakers area to see what it was all about. Wait! No! Sammy? Holy shit, he's locked away? Oh fuck! Who else do they got in here? It turned out the Keepers had captured and contained anyone and anything that could be used to restart the cycle. And while their containment wasn't 100% effective, they did manage to get the most important person. Everyone, meet Henry Stein. The ink copy version. Henry introduced himself and explained he had enough time to work out he may not be human. With him in confinement and unable to do his job, Henry told Audrey about The End, the film reel used to restart the cycle, and that the Keepers kept it locked in the pit, which is the most secure prison area. All Audrey had to do was get the ink demon, the ruler of the cycle, to watch the film, and everything would start over. With this information in hand, I headed out of the room, found the door to the pit, and attempted to gain access. But... let me in the pit! Oh, that's a very loud alarm. That's a very loud alarm. Nah, go fuck yourself. Nah, go fuck yourself. Nah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Oopsies! Audrey woke up on a train to find Wilson with her, looking rather inky himself now. The Keepers had brought her straight to him. With them now reunited, he went on to explain how this world seemed fake, with cartoony walls and creatures made of ink. But it was a living, breathing world like ours, and it had the potential to leak into the real world. But in order to do that, he needed to control the cycle first, and that required, as he put it, cleansing old mistakes. And when Audrey asked where she came into all this,
I need your help to save my father's life.
What?
This is our start. We'll talk more once we're safely inside.
let's get her done. Stepping off the train, my ink powers were suppressed by similar signal towers to the one that made the ink demon go baby mode, so no teleporting for me. Although, these signal towers did not stop Ink Satan from screeching into Audrey's head to not believe Wilson. After having my pipe confiscated, I stepped forward into Wilson's mansion, which came with his own personal maid. Betty the maid was actually really sweet, giving Audrey a tour and warning her not to enter the North Wing, as it was locked down due to an attack from the Ink Demon, so only the Keepers wandered there. She brought Audrey to her room, where I learned Betty is technically a flawed creation, and she only trusts Wilson because he takes care of her. Also, she was shaped after Wilson's mother. Wilson never got his dick wet, I'm just saying. Oh, guess I don't need to use the toilet. I then got some time alone, which I used to try and find the Gilson needed for the sleeping draft recipe Betty provided. It turned out to be a fish, and luckily, Wilson had one in a tank. A lovely tune from the piano put it right to sleep, allowing me to snatch it up.
You can't get away from me, you little stinker.
Now with some powdered Gilson, it was time to drink my medicine and head to bed.
1.
That's delicious.
2.
The way this looks, I don't trust this. I go 3 and the Ink Demon is gonna be right behind me, isn't he?
3.
Oh, fuck you! I'll take the Ink Demon. I'll take the Keepers. I'll even take Wilson. Please! Anyone but the crazy bitch! Twisted Alice was on her usual crap, having brought Audrey to her lair, I guess, and planned to use her body parts to make her perfect, which I still don't understand how that works. However, she was willing to give Audrey a shot to escape. Just solve her riddle. Answer correctly, and the door behind Audrey would open. Answer incorrectly, and the electric chair Audrey sat on would be powered instead. You get the picture. There's not much to say about the puzzle. You talk to people around a table and put the correct animals into the correct location before locking in your answer. With one flick of the switch, Alice lost and I was free to go. I even got my pipe back and shut down one of Wilson's towers so I could teleport again. There was just one issue. She's like, I'm sorry?
It's an angel. No one. Hold still, honey.
Oh shit, she's got the Tommy gun. Oh shit, she's got the Tommy gun. She's got the Tommy gun! With Alice raining hellfire upon me, I needed a way to get up to her and take her down. A couple switches hidden around the room opened a door beside her, and luckily for me, Twisted Alice was completely blind to anyone who was crouch walking. I warped up to her level, found the open door, and made my move.
How dare you touch me?
Oh, that's a problem. Uh-huh. Yeah, she's still standing. I didn't think a fall would just kill her.
Let's blow them away.
Round 2! That's what I was waiting for!
My face.
Oh.
You have my face.
Oh.
It's our face. Beautiful. Always were.
Oh. Alice introduced Audrey to Tom, and after that encounter, Audrey felt good Alice deserved a better name, like Allison, which the angel agreed to. Allison then asked what Audrey was doing in Wilson's house. To my absolute shock, Audrey believed Wilson could be helpful in taking down the ink demon. After the man dragged her into this world, after she witnessed and heard the cruelty of creatures he created, after hearing him admit he wanted to be a dictator of a made-up world, she still wanted to trust him? Allison seemed wary of this idea as well, but on the off chance it worked, she and Tom would gather their friends for the eventual confrontation with Ink Satan.
Mind if I take this?
The next area was the forbidden north wing of Wilson's home, meaning there were keepers slithering around everywhere. Similar to the ink machine, this area was a long stealth section which took me nearly an hour to complete. Unlike the ink machine, however, the Dark Revival made this Chapter 5 stealth section much more engaging. In the ink machine, the game had you walk through a maze of offices to grab 3 ink blobs to turn into pipes, all while trying to avoid the Butcher Gang. The enemies all had different walking speeds, walked in the same loop in different directions, and it was hard to keep track of their location, so avoiding them was frustrating. Even if you were spotted, you could just run to a locker to make them leave. The overall task wasn't even that interesting, so completing it didn't feel like much of a reward. In the Dark Revival, the main and side paths are clear and defined, and the keepers are perfect. Their paths were distinct, you could almost always tell where they were, and if one spotted you, there was absolutely no escaping, meaning you had to be properly sneaky. The method of your escape was also revealed over time, first by having you find a broken music box, then showing the exit gate blocked by guards, and then finding the pieces of the music box so you could fix it up and use it as a distraction. You're also given the option of shutting down a signal tower to regain access to your teleport. And even after you've completed everything, if you weren't fast enough, your escape was not guaranteed. So unlike the ink machine, where completing the level felt like, oh thank God that's over, the Dark Revival produced a feeling of, oh thank God I survived that. Get absolutely fucked! Having escaped the North Wing, Betty told Audrey that Wilson was waiting for her in his laboratory. On my way down, I noticed a substance that seemed like some radioactive goo, but moving further in made me realize it was ink. Colored ink. Whatever Wilson's plan was, it was clear he wanted big changes for the cycle. As I entered his lab, I was about to find out what those were.
Thank you for coming all this way. The ink demon is a formidable foe. To truly destroy such a monster, he must be dethroned. For months now, I've been working on something that will do exactly that. Cast out the demon and put a new deity in his place. Stronger, more powerful, and controllable. Together, we just need to unleash our ultimate weapon.
What the fuck are you, Dr. Eggman?
Isn't he beautiful? Simple but elegant. A treasure. Powerful beyond anyone. the ink demon will fall, and we can have peace at last.
It could work, but it sounds risky. How will we control him? We don't want to repeat Joey's mistake.
No, we don't. All the factors must be perfect. The right design, the right science, and the right soul. At last your purpose is revealed, Audrey. This is why you're here. With your soul inside him, my creation will live forever.
Stay away from me.
So,
You're insane.
so why did you keep trusting him? He already proved before he was untrustworthy, and you're like, yeah, let's give him another chance.
I thought you said we needed to save your father. I thought you had a plan to send me home, to make everything right.
Really? You're surprised he lied?
I lied.
You're surprised he lied!
No need to struggle. My signal prevents you from using those devilish powers of yours. And more importantly, keeps the ink demon from getting in. It's time to die, Audrey, and live again as a god.
No, not this time.
Yeah, let's go! Oh! Audrey may be too trusting for my own liking, but she makes up for it by not taking anyone's shit. I mean, she pushed an old man into a grinder with no hesitation. Unfortunately, this technically meant Wilson's goal had been completed, so I moved deeper into the lab to confront his creation. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck no! Okay, yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Right here, idiot! Right over here! Thank you! Ah, motherfucker! Haha! I was immune from a thing called cutscenes! Hey! Over here, idiot! Ow! Hit it! Hit it! Dumbass! Dumbass! Hey, over here, idiot! You stupid! You stupid! You stupid! You mad! You mad! You stupid! You mad! What the fuck you twirling about? Oh, I see the issue. Ah! Kill the being inside! Kill the being inside! Beat him up, 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 beat him up. Okay, he might kill me. He might kill me. Hey, what's up, Wilson? Wait, did we just remove the soul from him? Okay, okay, okay. Oh shit! Hello! Oh, well, going back to the ink, I see. Oh, fuck. With Audrey crippled and no help in sight, it was easy for the ink demon to corner her. But instead of killing her, he started talking. He claimed that she had nothing, claimed that her life had been a lie, that she was a mistake, a monster, that they were the same, and that he could give her purpose. By accepting his offer, Audrey found herself trapped in the Ink Demon's body, which is the perfect time for Jedi Master Joey Drew to show himself once more. Joey's memory called out to Audrey, proclaiming that while he had created her, she is still his daughter, and he loves her. The Ink Demon tried to silence the memory, but Joey made one final plea to his child.
I know you're in there. You don't have to be this anymore. It's never too late.
Oh my god.
Just a pencil and a dream. Isn't enough. You have to have heart. The future is sealed.
The Ink Demon sure seemed confident in his victory. Unfortunately, he should have ended Joey a little bit sooner, because Audrey was in control now, and she was ready to see this end. Oh fuck yeah, let's go! Oh fuck yeah, let's go! Oh my god!
You're just a pawn. What makes you think you're
Out of the way, dickheads! Y'all wanna hang out? Y'all wanna do this? Alright. Let's get going. Let's all hang out. We're all just gonna hang out. And then you're all going to die! Alright. Oh, who the fuck do you think you are? Oh, what are these punks gonna do? Oh, yeah!
Allison! Audrey, is that you in there? Come on, keep moving. We'll get you through. Tom, make us some trouble.
What's Tom got? Big Steve! Let's go! Big Steve!
Audrey, run!
Let's fucking go! Hey, teleporting boy, let's go! Woohoo! What's going on? What's it? You want some? You want some?
Surrender yourself to the Lord of the Dark Puddle!
Sam?
It's time to believe!
Sam, not the time!
Dead end. Now what?
Alright.
Need some help?
Henry? Let's go!
Some battles are worth fighting for, even 1,000,000 times. Come on, I found a projector up ahead. Run for it.
Let's go! Hey, there she is! There's everybody! It's time for the end. Ink Demon, let's take a look. Bendy and the Dark Revival is the follow-up to Bendy and the Ink Machine. The game went through numerous setbacks and was stuck in developer hell for 4 years before finally releasing. And I can safely say that this game improved upon the Ink Machine in so many ways. The Dark Revival added so many elements that breathed new life into the world. Food having the purpose of health instead of just collecting, consistent presence of enemies instead of designated attack zones, a nightmare that could appear at any moment throughout the game instead of just a single chapter, new faces and locations and foes that really expanded the world and scope that is Bendy and the Cycle. We were even given new abilities to play with. Yet it stayed true to its roots, beating down foes with a weapon, sneaking past enemies you're defenseless against, familiar faces that brought us smiles and terror, the Ink Demon, scarier and more menacing than ever. Despite all the additions the Dark Revival made, it's still Bendy. I will say the game is not without flaws. The Ink Demon became annoying over time, and his whole mechanic could be avoided. While not as prevalent, the stretches of backtracking and sneaking would become irritating to some players. And I think some characters like Porter and Heidi were underutilized and had so much more potential. But what puts the Dark Revival above the Ink Machine more than anything else is Audrey. The Ink Machine has us play through Henry, or an ink creation of him. The first game talks about corporate empires, the lengths they will go to succeed, and how its employees are the ones who are hurt when everything falls apart. Joey Drew literally created a demon through abusing and abandoning something that didn't reach his high standards. All of that darkness, that anger and sorrow, was concentrated into a world made of ink. A world created for a copy of an old business partner to torture forever. In the Ink Machine, we don't get to see much of who Henry is as a person because he's just a simple copy whose only goal is to survive. The Dark Revival had us play through Audrey, who was Joey Drew's attempt to create a family. She is born from darkness, not just because she's an ink being, but because she was created by a man whose ambition turned him into a monster. He was abusive, he was narcissistic, he was selfish. And yet, Audrey is anything but that. I'm not saying she didn't hurt people, but when practically everyone is trying to kill you, of course you're going to fight back. But when she could, she always tried to help. When someone was blocking her path, she helped free them rather than dispose of them. When she hurt someone she just met, she kept trying to make amends. When she needed to move forward and someone had the way to do it, she was willing to give them a little fun in exchange. There were all these small little things Audrey would do for people that may not seem like much, but in a dark world like the Cycle, they stood out. Hell, she was even willing to give another chance to a guy who clearly wasn't trustworthy, but she wanted to see the good in him. It was Joey speaking to her heart, something he had lacked for so long, that allowed her to literally control her demons. And it was because of her heart that when it was her turn to receive help, so many showed up in support. That's why I like the Dark Revival more than the Ink Machine. Because while the Ink Machine talks about the darkness, the Dark Revival talks about the light. I think we can all learn to be a bit more like Audrey. Sometimes people who are born from darkness can't find the light themselves, so they need someone else to pull them out and show them that they are not defined by their past, that they too can shine.